Thank you, Acting President, and I thank Mr Limbrick for bringing this motion to the House. I'm particularly grateful that he brought this motion to the floor, as it gives me an opportunity to talk about our government, a government of reform, and our goal to take on without fear or favour boldly reform opportunities, whether social or economic policy. I'm proud of the work that we've done to reform our tax system. Too often, the top end of town can rot the system and leaving those without a good tax accountant to foot the bill. That's why I'm proud of the work to deliver a progressive tax system, one that can deliver the essential services every Victorian relies on: good schools, good hospitals, good public transport, good water, good electricity, and good government services. When I delivered my inaugural speech yesterday, I said fairness is in my DNA. And that's why I'm proud of this government. We believe in the principle that those who means to contribute should make a fair contribution and should deliver to the state that has delivered so much to them, to grow our state for all of us. Since the Andrew Labor government was elected, we have cut or abolished taxes and fees. Listen to this, and this isn't a lie. I want everybody in the chamber to hear it. 57 times. Yeah. That's right, we've cut or abolished taxes and fees 57 times since coming to government in 2014. We've cut the payroll tax threshold so that fewer small to medium businesses pay any payroll tax, and we've cut regional payroll tax to 1.2125%. That's quite a mouthful, and it's just 1/4 of the metro rate and the lowest in the nation. And here's another number, 2.8%. 2.8%. That's not only the number of people in this room paying attention, particularly those opposite, but it's the rate of regional unemployment, 2.8%. And here's another number for the record tonight: 223,000 transactions that have been proposed for the first home buyer exemptions to stamp duty from July 2017 to the July 23. That's a concession of $3.9 billion. Our support was more than $1 billion last financial year alone. But we're not alone there. Yet, Mr Limbrick, not done there yet. Well, that's right, we've got a whole lot of reforms to talk about. And if you gave me an hour, I'd be able to list them all. But here's another concession. We provided a temporary stamp duty concession of up to 100% for new residential properties with a dutiable value of up to $1 million in the City of Melbourne. I want to read out part of the motion for its just holistic value to really get to the crux of this. Examining potential alternatives to land transfer duties, assessing models for interstate and international jurisdictions. Well, Mr Speaker, we on this side of the chamber are proud of leading the nation. That's what reform is all about. We're innovating, delivering bold policy reform, not only nation-leading but world-leading. We know how important the role of the government plays in supporting the community. It creates jobs. You see, every day with the big bill, the new schools, the hospitals, level crossing removals, roads, the metro tunnel, the suburban rail loop. What else? Have I missed anything? It's endless. Yesterday I received an email from Principal Sally Lissette of the Prahran campus of the Hester Hornbrook Academy. She invited me to visit their school and experience the Special Assistance School visiting. Hester Hornbrook is an independent, flexible school for young people. They wrap their arms around young people, offering wellbeing supports and services, not those in mainstream schools. You know, 50 years ago, these schools wouldn't exist. You know the famous saying, imagine when humanity would be there if everyone got a great education, if the playing fields were level. On this side of the chamber, we recognise the role government plays in our lives, and it's these funds that support these programs. While I appreciate Mr Limbrick may have some quirky takes, or yes, quirky, maybe a bit special, maybe even a bit out of the ordinary, he may consider taxation theft. We on the other side of the chamber know that it's schools like Hornbrook Academy that can function because of them. It's the price we pay for a world-class education and the price we pay for leading the world in so many ways. I invite Mr Limbrick to join me on the visit to Hornbrook Academy and I hope it'll change his mind on the importance of public education. Mr Limerick, on the topic of resource allocation, on the topic of equality, which you mentioned in your speech, I refer to the Constitution of Victoria, because you mentioned that you don't like taxes. Well, Mr Limerick, Part 5, Section 89 says that all taxes shall form one consolidated revenue to be appropriated for the public service of Victoria. It's in the Constitution, for the public service of Victoria, for the collection of good. Our payroll taxes saved Victorian businesses up to $1.7 billion up to 2021 and 2022. And by the end of the forward estimates period, they will have saved Victorian businesses about $4 billion. Make no mistake, we're appropriate, we're fair. We're appropriate and we're fair. We cut payroll taxes and we have to record them to prove it. But we will ensure people pay their fair share, and that goes to the heart of overall tax efficiency that allows us to do the big things. In conclusion, the runs are on the board, and we're getting on with what does matter. We're not ignoring the noise and getting on with the job. Our tax policy is clearly working. Victoria's unemployment rate currently sits at 4%, nearly 3 points lower than when we came into office. We've created over 340,000 jobs since September 2020. We need to invest in infrastructure of the future, not later, but now. So if those opposite are against that, shame on you. We're a government about doing things, not a government of not doing things. I thank the Chamber.